1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Hello.
Hello.
Right, I'm back.
I'm back too, I hope.
Right.
Boy, you just had to mess with stuff, didn't you?
Well, it's the only way. I'm trying to get rid of this background hum that we're complaining about.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I never heard the hum, but
same sound, right? Well, voice mod is off. Everything's on default, and I don't know what's happened.
well, I can try to talk louder. Does that help? I'll be screaming in my mic.
The game sound is here. I'm listening to it. Hang on.
Well, it must not be on.
Oh shit. Oh dear.
Myself. Yeah, I'm listening to the stream. I'm really quiet.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yeah, the balls may be there. They may just be really quiet too, you.
Hold on.
Maybe you need to turn yourself down and then turn up the volume for everything. Maybe it's just your level might be too high.
Hold on.
Now he's going to have to go around the table here, maybe. All right, let's see if he can just hit this soft. Soft would be good because he'd have a good line from the 6 to the 7. Oh, that's no good. Oh, that's no good. I got away with it. Hey,
is that it now?
You fixed it. What'd you do?
Went into the sound settings and I had to, although I had everything set to default in XSplit Gamecaster, I had to go back into the sound settings and set my sound card as a default setting again. I forgot about that.
Oh boy, that was just a rotten break there. Bill played a real nice safety and made the 9-ball.
Right, it's Steve Loud now, right? Hold on. That. Don't you touch anything, Steve.
Yeah, well, I moved my mic a little further away too now, Hugh, because I'd moved a little closer. Yeah, so far it's a good match. I mean, there's been a lot of mistakes. Bill's gotten some rotten rolls. And he played a real nice safety and made the 9-ball on the safe. Had Vince locked up, and then he got put back in.
So is everybody happy now?
Hope so. So this is an interesting match because, both these guys are good players. And with Bill, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but Bill has slowly gotten better over the last couple of years. I mean, he's making better decisions. His safeties are better. Bill has improved. But, no matter what, when it comes down to it, it all comes down to, not making that many mistakes. And you can still be better and make mistakes. And, Bill's made some mistakes. He's had some bad luck. And that's not a good safety. That's a mistake. So let's see what Bill can do here. I mean, me personally, I'd probably lock him on the 5-ball. I think that's the easiest safe. I don't like that play because the ball really wasn't running on a great line to get safe.
I'm checking this up and killing it behind the 5.
Yeah, well, this is a lot easier than what Bill just said. But I still thought that Bill's safety was pretty easy to get him on. Well, he didn't hit it.
He didn't check it.
See that?
See
that's fear of not knowing where the cue ball's going, and being afraid to, that kind of shot. You want to lock it on the 5 ball.
Yeah, he's got cover. I mean, he's got him snookered, but
he does.
Jump over
but
the edge of this if you're brave enough.
He could jump it, or he could kick it in, or if you kick it the side pocket and you hit a little short, there's a good chance you're getting safe because the 1 ball's going down to the end rail and the cue ball may go over behind the 5. So this is the kind of kick shot that you can get safe on, and that's not very good. Yeah, you shouldn't be missing that ball.
Now, who was watching Friday Night 9-Ball last night? Because I said I had a question I was going to ask Steve today, and I asked somebody to remind me, and I've totally forgotten what the question is, so somebody remind me what the question is.
Well, at least you remembered that there was something you were going to ask.
Yeah, I do know that I was going to ask you something, but
so you're not completely dim-witted yet?
No. Now, that's the one. Right, Steve. What's the chances of VP4 having a replay option for spectators? I'll put it to you. I'll put it to you in another way. A certain other game has that.
Yeah, it could be done. Yeah, I mean, it's possible to do it.
Now, see, when you say it could be done, do you mean it could be done, but I ain't going to invest that amount of time in putting that in?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to take a look and see how much time I think it's going to be, because it's definitely it's definitely something that's going to take some time to do. I just don't know how hard it is to do. Replay is complicated, but there's no requirement for the spectator streams to be synced with anything else.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking about sync issues.
Well, the thing is that if you're doing replay, you're going to get behind what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So then, either you end up staying behind or you have to catch up somehow, which means...
So you leave the room and come back in?
No. I mean, the software can do it, but, you either have to speed up shots or you have to, like you can reduce the time that somebody's aiming on purpose, or you could skip whole shots, or you could just
to catch
speed up the action. You have to do something to catch up to get it back in sync.
Oh, right. Now that Tam's here, right, here's another question for you, Steve, because bear in mind, I've only ever been a captain. I've never confirmed to join somebody's team. Tam got sent an invite by me to join my team, but he's a bit of a numpty like me in the sense that he's had the message through, but he can't see anywhere to acknowledge acceptance to the team. Can you tell Tam what he has to do?
So when you get the message, there should be a link you click on that takes you to the page. Okay, it takes you to the league page. And when you get to the league page...
Now, he's just said there, I click on the link to accept and decline and only go to sign up page. So it takes him to the main league page. Is there not a tab then that he says okay or something? There must be a tab.
I thought it would bring something up. Try clicking on signups and see what you see. It should bring the pop-up up, and there should be some way to accept or decline.
No, Tam won't have a team manager button because he's not a manager. I'm the manager. He won't see the team manager button.
There'll still be a button there.
Yeah, there'll be a button.
Click on. Yeah. I thought it would actually automatically pull up that screen when you clicked on the link in the email. I'll have to double check that, but click on the button there. There should be like a sign up button. When you click on it, you should see that there's some sort of thing for accepting the invitation. I haven't been planning on doing Chinese 8-ball. I mean, I think Do I think it's a good game? Yeah. I'm just not sure that's the most worthwhile thing to do. I mean, I think there's other things that would be better to spend time on, like, like I think doing a game like Killer would be a lot more used than Chinese 8-ball.
Right, where have we got to in this match? We've got Vincez with a 1-rack lead. Bill at the table. Well, he's obviously going to push the 3-ball along the short rail. In fact, tell a lie, he's not. He's playing a kick to at the 1. I'm thinking he was playing the 3
Yeah,
there.
and he got right in between. He could have been on either side of the 1 ball and made the 2, and he hit it 2 face on.
So you've now accepted it.
So I guess, Tim, when you got there, you actually had to click on the sign up button to see the message. I'll have to take a look at that, because it should have brought up that screen you saw when you clicked the sign up button automatically.
Right, so that's me got 3. Well, I haven't went in and added him into the team yet, but he'll be on the list. So I sent a message. I sent an invite to that guy that sent me a message. He actually actively sent me a message saying he wanted to join a team. I can't remember, Maisie Dizzle or something. So I don't know whether he's checking his messages or getting his emails advanced to him. So I don't know.
We're up to 3 teams. We need 4 to make this go at a minimum. So, I mean, I think there might be some reluctance among people to be team captain, but it's really not that hard to do.
Oh, by the way, drills work for me now. I know why it didn't. I had offline mode on Steam. The online version wasn't on Steam.
Okay, well, thanks for letting me know that, because if somebody else has that same problem, I might be able to help them with it.
Well, good safety there from Vincez. That's got Bill in trouble. So he's going to go 3 rails in behind the 4. That was the idea, and the unlucky thing is he's caught the 5. That could have been very good.
So that's a foul too. I think what you mean by didn't work semi-pro is that it didn't load them automatically from when you were on online. It didn't automatically bring up the offline and load them. You had to go manually load them.
Yeah, because obviously I didn't have that problem because I don't have VP4 on Steam.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, those drills are great. You just you got to go into these things.
Oh boy, that's gone pear-shaped.
Yeah, we've seen this out of both players here where they've missed some balls that they shouldn't, and that's just a killer. I mean,
he overcut that by a mile. Well, I don't know what the hell that was from Bill, but that's even worse. I can't believe I've just seen that.
Well, both these guys, I haven't seen Vince play much. I've seen Bill play a lot, and Bill has 2 modes: the good Bill and the evil Bill. And when the evil Bill's at the table, it's not that pretty. Larry's a lot like this too. Bill and Larry they could be brothers.
I'm sure they are related
because they both are very good players, but struggle sometimes with consistency. When they're playing good, they're really tough, and when they're not, then they're losing. And Vincez has not played that great, and he's up 6-4 right now. So Bill needs to kind of get things together, and that's a good break.
And he's on the 1.
That's beautiful. Yep. So I think this table's pretty good. The 9-ball does go. So this kind of table that you really should be running out. And I think one of the reasons why we haven't seen a lot of break and runs in 10-ball, and it's not just the rack. I think one of the reasons is that 10-ball is way harder to run out. There's more balls on the table. Typically, your balls per break make average is less than 9-ball, and then that extra ball, it can really jam things up. And I also think the 10-ball rack doesn't spread as nicely as a 9-ball rack, so you tend to get more clusters. But when you get a rack like this, I mean, this is the kind of rack you best be running out.
Well,
Oh boy, I think he just might have got a little straight on this.
That is probably the main factor about Vincez,
He's
the fact
okay.
he doesn't play a lot. He doesn't get a lot of table time in VP4.
Well, and that is, you know, that is a factor.
Now, he's got to get really low on this 9. He's going to take the 10, so now he's just going to brush through. He shouldn't have any problem here. Just a little tickle in the 10 ball, and he'll play it in the other corner.
And that's well done. And that's what you need to be doing is when you get a rack like that where everything's open, you need to run out.
Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing to say, Coldest Pillow. Coldest Pillow asks the question, is Steve eating anything? Now, the answer to that I can clearly confirm is he's not eating anything at the moment. But what you've actually done there is put the idea into his head. So now he's going to go and get something to eat.
Hang on. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. Well, it's a bit of stop-start, isn't it? Even though we've got to the 12th rack. Stop-start for me with the stream. And stop-start in the match. Now that needs a little bump. Well, he's got the little bump. And, well, I think you can just get enough of the 3 to cut it. And he's played the little bump, which has not done any harm, but he's done the sensible thing because he wasn't getting to the 4 ball, so he did the right thing there. So Bill is going to have to kick, and again, as long as he doesn't do something really stupid, if he just kicks onto the 3 and doesn't do any damage with the 4 ball, then there's no harm in giving Vincez the 3 ball, because he's not going to do much with the 4 as it stands. And I'll tell you something else. It's going to be damned hard to get to that 4 ball from any direction.
Alright, I'm back, and I don't have food.
He's obviously going to have to kick into the back of this 4. There's no other way to get to it. You're going to be hard pushed to get through the gap onto that 4.
Well, see, I wouldn't even shot that.
No.
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 Now, the good news is he does have a kick at this. The bad news is this is kind of tricky to kick this and get safe.
Yeah.
See, that's a terrible play, because now he's just going to get locked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why Steve wouldn't be playing golf in Scotland very much. He wouldn't be into that character building game of golf.
I've done plenty of character building. I don't need to do anymore.
Horizontal rain and a gale. That's typical Scottish golfing weather.
Yeah. There we saw a couple really bad decisions by Vince. One was to shoot the 3. He should have played safe on the 3. It was just too hard to get to the 4.
It, and that's unlucky. He's brushed the 10 and scratched the side. So.
Yeah. And Bill should be out here.
He's got to get the bump in this 6 ball.
Well, no, he wants to bump the 8 ball. This is, you want to go into the 8 ball oh yeah, you can. Really solid. I wouldn't have played it that way, because now you're hoping you come up with something on the 6. But he did, so he's good.
Now is he going to drop this into the side and follow through, or is he going to cut it down the table? Yeah, he's dropping it
he's just he needs to get past there. Go, go, go. He's okay.
Well, he
can go forward or left, right, English.
Yeah, a little spin. Loads of room.
I would have cranked that one more. I was looking at his tip position going, boy, this is a little dicey, but he's okay. No, I mean, Vince should have never shot the 3 ball. Uh-oh, watch out. Watch out. He hit that 8 ball a little thin. That's why he got rolled a little far on the 9 ball, is the 8 ball was a little thin into the pocket. And then he played an unwise.
Oh, that's gone.
What's he doing? Well, I'm not. Did he put? He must have put right English on that.
I don't know what he did.
Yeah, that shot was just a shot. You just go straight top and come off the rail and then shoot the 10 in the corner.
Well, he's got to overcut this to the jaw. He hasn't. You see, he hasn't overcut.
Yeah.
He had to overcut that to the far jaw.
Yeah. And that was a mistake on how he played the 9-ball. The fact he got a little funny on it wasn't a big deal. That happens in pool.
You know,
but he made the wrong choice on how to play the 9 to the 10.
It's becoming very apparent to these guys that 10 ball's a very difficult game, isn't it?
You know, I think what Bill might have thought was that he might have been afraid of the scratch. You know, you hit that shot with inside English, you can hit a little thinner, and maybe he felt like if he hit it with straight top, he could scratch. And I didn't see that. I thought the shot was just straight top and come across and shoot the 10 in the corner. Because when you put straight top on that, what's going to happen is it's going to get a little left English and it's going to open out naturally. You don't have to do anything with it. And that's not a very good push. Why do I say that? Because it's too easy to play safe from here. I mean, you can run off that 1 and run into the 3. You can run off the 1 and...
why not cut the 1 into the side? The 1 cuts into the side.
You could bank it or cut it.
Needs to slow up though.
Yeah.
Or keep going to open up the angle. That's not bad.
It probably went a little further than Bill had planned on the push out, but no matter what, it wasn't going to be a good push because there was just too much that could be done there.
Now, is he trying to run into this 3-baller? No, I think they had too much angle.
Well, he needed to juice that up with a lot of English, so he's going to play safe here. And this is a little tricky, but you can get a good safe. Oh, he hit it too hard.
He used to miss the 10.
Well, he was trying to come around the backside, which isn't a bad way to play it. The only problem with that is that, you know, you got to really crank up the spin because you still can't hit much of the 3, and he's going to pay for that. And that wasn't a bad play. You know, you could try to lock him on the 4 there, but it was, you know, you had the potential for not getting the hook. He just played the safe way and make sure he gets the hook, and that's...
Well, I think it's interesting.
That's a smart thing to do sometimes.
It's interesting that there's loads of room to attempt a jump shot here, and Vincez is not even giving it a thought.
Well, you're right, semi-pro. But if you watch the pros play, you'll see them put a lot of thought into the push sometimes. But one thing you will not see a pro do is push out to something that's going to be easy to play safe on or make. Mm-hmm. They would rather push out to something that they don't really want to have to shoot and they know they're going to get it back than push out to something that the guy's got an easy safety or shot.
That's exactly it, yeah.
Yeah, so you're better off pushing out to something ridiculously hard. Now, if you're playing somebody that, you know, isn't a very good player, then, yeah, you can do these mediocre push-outs. But if you're playing somebody that's good, you just can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, Kick's giving you you're seeing everything before everybody else is, Tam.
Well, it's not useful in real life either, Bedhead. I mean, that's sort of a last resort. You know, is it more effective in real life? Maybe slightly, but, you know, unless you're... The only time that distance really helps you is if you leave a shot where the only play is to thin an edge. Then, you know, it makes it harder the further away you are. But, you know, more full ball contact, it doesn't matter that much.
I have to say that in general, we don't see particularly good choices of push-outs most of the time.
Well, you know, unfortunately, you know, the best way to learn is by playing better players and learning from them. Unfortunately, you know, there's not a lot of guys that do things like push out or kick well on VP. I mean, really well. So the best source of information for that is go on YouTube and watch the pros play. Watch how they push out. And I think, you know, you'll get it'll open your eyes when you see what they're pushing out to.
Well, I suppose that the type of push out you play is very much dependent on the lay of the table. I mean, you can't make a decision in a push
Oh,
out
for sure.
until you've studied the table and what the foreseeable future might be.
Yeah, it's a matter of you just got to kind of say, well, if I would had this shot over here, and you should be saying that anyways, because you might have that shot if the guy
Yeah.
gives it back to you. What would I do? And if there's some kind of safety that's pretty easy to play, well, that's not what you want. You should be pushing out to kick shots. I mean, that's a real common thing, is pushing out to kick shots, pushing out to jump shots, pushing out to, multi-rail kicks. I mean.
Well, I think more in the context of this game, though, Steve, because the first thing is, they don't have the jump cue to fall back on, and you wouldn't push out to a jump shot in this game if there was jump cues in it, because Bill's just going to fly all over the place.
Right.
He's going to take it on all the time, and most of the guys would as well. But I think the difference in this game is the fact there isn't jump cues, so it gives you a bit more leeway in your choice of push out, because that danger's gone.
I'll give you a real simple reason why pushing out is difficult. I mean, everybody knows how to push out where you don't have a shot, or you have a ridiculously tough shot at a pocket. The problem is, at the beginning of the rack, you got a lot of balls on the table. So it's difficult to push out to something that there's not an easy safety on, because you have all these balls that you can get cover. So,
well, that's the thing,
Well, Cobra, I would keep practicing.
Larry's got a point though, Steve. In this game, if you use pushing out to a kick shot as in theory, and the chances are very likely, in fact more than likely, you're going to be giving it straight back so that you can kick, and then you're the one that's put yourself in a hole if you can't kick good.
That's a huge advantage, learning to kick well, especially learning to kick safe well. I remember the first time I ever played Efren. Okay, the first thing he does on me is he pushes out to an easy kick safe. Now, why did he do that? He wouldn't do that to any really good player.
He'd be measuring you up. That's what he'd be doing.
But that's exactly what he was doing. He didn't know how I played. So he pushes out to this really easy kick safe that I give him back, I'm going to be locked up, because he wants to see, what I know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the kind of thing, is if you think your opponent doesn't kick well, then you push out to an easy kick safe. If he shoots it, he's probably going to screw it up and leave you a shot. And if he gives it back to you, you're going to lock him up. I mean, it's super important. It's super important to kick well. I mean, pros practice kicking. We used to play games where we would just kick balls. I mean, we used to play this game where we'd put the object ball in the head spot and then kick 3 rails on it. And the idea is you're trying to make it in the corner pocket, and you kick it and maybe it edges over towards it. Then you shoot another 3-railer. And the whole idea is you got to make that ball in the corner pocket, kicking at it 3 rails. I mean, we used to do stuff like that and do that for hours. It's mostly practice. Now, I agree with Cobra that the visual and virtual pool makes it a little tougher to kick, but you have to adjust to that. Use the W walk back key to get back behind it more and see the angle better, and because the rails in VP are very much like real life. So the fact that the ball is going to gain or lose spin and open up, it does that in real life too. You have to have a very good feel for it, which is why playing 3-cushion billiards is a good thing. No, yeah, I've done kicking in this game, and I agree the visual is harder, but that's what you need to solve. You need to figure out how you can see the visual, because the physics of it are pretty much the same as real life.
Yeah, that's him lining up for whenever he bumps into Stub. That's him peeing on Stubb's.
Yeah, he's ready. Watch out. Watch out. Oh boy.
I was about to say, has Bill actually been in the front in this match? Because I think he's about to go in front, if he hasn't been already.
I think in general in VP, the spatial awareness of where things are, you know, you have some senses in real life you just don't. And I'm not just talking about the fact that the 3D visual is different in real life, but you also have a perception of where things are in your mind. Now you have that in VP too, but it's a little different when you have a real life body in there. But regardless of that, if the challenge is seeing the line, then you got to figure out how you see the line.
Dear.
Oh boy, Bill has really struggled here today. I mean, I think the W key helps a lot for any kind of, you know, trying to see the line better. Is press the W key and step back and see where you're going.
There was a shot last night in Friday Night 9-ball, and it might have been Bill that was playing it last night, and there was, I think it might have been just, was it the 8 and 9 it was like? And I think let's just say the 8 ball was right in the pocket. In fact, the 8 ball was so far in the pocket that the curve of the outside part of the 8 ball was behind the jaws, if you know what I mean. And what I said when I was commentating, I said, he better come down and have a look at that ball, because if he tries to use the jaw, because the difficulty was getting away from the 8 ball and getting position in the last ball. And I can't remember whether it was Bill. I said, you've got to go down and have a look at that, because if you're going to use the jaw, the chances are if you catch the point, the long rail jaw, and then the short rail jaw, you'll miss the ball completely. And that's exactly what he did. So I think in real life, if that was a real life table, everybody would come down and look at that ball and how deep it was in the pocket. And I don't know whether whoever shot last night actually did that, because I've been caught out by that myself, and I'm sure other people have done it.
You do got to go take a look. But just like real life, you can go take a look. I think you know, there's always just making the assumption that it's sitting good. But in real life, I've walked down, and if I have a ball that's way deep in the corner in real life, most of the time I'll walk down and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I'm gonna play any kind of kick. I mean, if the ball's real deep in the pocket, usually you can't do that. You just got to draw out of it. Uh-oh, watch out. Boy, that was close. So let me ask you guys this. Do you practice kick shots, like kick safes? Like the common ones, like, do you guys realize that there's two different ways, or two basic different ways to stop the cue ball off the rail? You know, one's with top, one's with draw. Usually draw with a little English, depending on the angle the cue ball's coming off the rail. Do you guys practice? Like, I'm going to kick behind. I got two balls there. I'm going to kick behind at the back ball off the end rail and stop the cue ball behind the ball. I mean, that's a shot that you should be practicing all the time, because it comes up all the time.
That's a fairly standard safety shot when that comes up. You know, if you're coming. If you're coming from you check the ball up so that it kicks the back of the ball you're kicking, and then it kills the ball behind the other object ball.
But I don't see guys doing that much, and I don't see guys, you know, recognizing some of them, especially the draw shot ones. I don't see people shooting that shot well in VP, and if there was ever a shot that was going to be easier to see the angle, those are it.
Well, the guys only ever practice those shots when they come up in a game. They don't go into a room and practice that sort of stuff.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit, Spud Boy, because, you know, it's tremendous knowledge. Now, I do agree, you know, like, I would play VP probably better than anybody if I spent the time and I got the right feel for it, just because I've got more knowledge than everybody on here. Now, if Carlo Beato or Shane Van Boning or Feder Goris played VP and they got the feel for it, you know, they would definitely be the best players, because they have the knowledge. I mean, the knowledge is huge, but it does take a lot of time and practice to get the visual and feel for VP. Well, like I just said, something I was just talking about, how to shoot kick shots and stop the ball. You know, how to kick safe and behind a ball and stop it. I mean, that's tricky.
I mean, it's tricky, but it's an easy shot if you played it a few times.
Oh no, that depends on the situation. It can be a very difficult shot.
It must be just a tactical genius thing.
I played a kick shot on Stevie Moore in a tournament, and you know, Stevie Moore is a champion. He's you know, he's a hell of a player. I played this kick shot on him. He just looks at me. He's like, "Wow!" He goes, "Wow!" He goes, "Nice shot." I mean, it was a really hard kick save where I stopped the ball. It's not always that easy to kick and stop the ball. It kind of depends on where the balls are and the angle, and that's a shot that you got to practice. And I know you guys aren't practicing those shots. So, while I agree with you that, yeah, some things are hard on VP and stuff, I don't agree that you can't get good at it, because, you know, if you haven't practiced it a bunch, then it's hard for me to accept when you say, well, you can't do it. Yeah, well, but see, that's the thing, semi-pro. You want to know how to beat a guy like Albin is you work on that kind of stuff, and then you push out to those shots. I mean, that's a standard thing in pool. When you're playing push-outs, you push out to your strengths and the other guy's weaknesses. If you're great at banking and he's weak, you're going to push out the bank shots. I mean, it's just common sense of I've got an advantage.
Well, Vincez is going to retain the lead again.
Yeah, this match has been pretty sloppy so far for the level of player these guys are.
I think it's because they've chosen too early a start. I think that's it. They've just fallen out of their beds. Albie has no floors.
I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means. It must be a Swedish thing. Flaws. I knew that's what he was thinking of saying.
Oh, that's not true. I mean, I think Albie does everything pretty good, but there's some things you're not great at, and kicks would be one of them. Kick safeties. I haven't seen anybody kick safe really well in virtual pool. And part of it is what happens is I see players not recognize the opportunities, and the reason why they don't recognize the opportunity is because it's not a shot that they shoot a lot. They don't understand the shot. Otherwise, they would shoot it every time that opportunity came up. Well, so a lot of it is, what shots do people shoot? Well, why isn't the guy playing a kick safe here?
Well, that was almost a good one.
And when you see that, you know, well, he must not understand that shot or be able to hit it. And that's not very good. I think this is going to go down to hill here, the way this match is going.
Well, loads of room to get on the 5, so there's no traffic in the way of this one.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is pool is difficult, whether it's on VP or real life, and it takes, you know, improving is hard. I mean, it's just not easy. You guys have no idea how much time I've spent on a pool table hitting balls and practicing stuff.
That's on the rainy days when you can't get in the golf course.
Yeah, I guarantee you I spent a lot more time on a real pool table than you guys have in VP. I guarantee it. I mean, at one point when I was playing, I was on the table 60 hours a week.
That's a bit like Spectre Dawn in VP4. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Bye.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy, that's...
Unbelievable. I mean, why hit it so hard?
Well,
And
I'm not sure where he was going
and
with the cue ball. He
and
must have been trying to go. He must have been trying to go long rail, end rail, and out for the 10 ball, and just
well,
came up way short.
why not just check it up and stop it running in that line?
Well, I will say this: that shot where you're at a kind of a low angle and you're trying to come down and hit the long rail, that's a tricky shot. I've been caught out by that in real life. I mean, it doesn't take much of an error to have it, either going in the corner pocket or hitting the titty on the side pocket. And, I mean, it's really, I try to avoid that shot when possible.
Well, here's a kick. Call the 10. Give it a blast. And then just hope. Well, he didn't blast it.
I think he was trying to do some sort of controlled safe, and maybe just in case he made the 10, he called it.
Should be in trouble here.
Well, I would be calling this 10 every time because that's actually probably a better shot. The reason I was thinking call the 10 is you could have come off the 1, run into the 10, and then probably hooked him on the 9 and got a free shot at the 10. But that's a good shot. I mean, he's locked up. And that's a good but ineffectual kick. He hit the ball, but he needed to do more than that.
I think he's pretty. Has he got enough angle that he can stun out or just draw straight back?
Yeah. Oh no, he can stun. I think the shot's to stun down the table and shoot the 210. He's going to draw out and try to shoot it. Watch out! Watch out! He got by it. He's good.
I think he'd a bit of bottom right English on the cue ball there to get up here.
Oh boy.
Well, at least he's got it safe, apart from the fact that he could maybe spin this and kick it in. I think he can. A wee bit of tweaking with the cue ball.
Oh, this is an easy shot.
Well,
the tricky part is getting the cue ball out of there because it's going to want to run into the 5.
I think you could still do a gentle, soft massey and catch the edge of that too and spin it in.
Yeah, he could have kicked in. He didn't need to massey it. He could have kicked in off the end rail with no massey. And that's, again, that if Bedhead would have recognized that because he plays one pocket, that's a shot you shoot all the time in one pocket. But that shot, you've got to kind of recognize the angle. A matter of fact, he could have shot that with no massey and put too much English on and got too far behind it. I mean, he didn't even need full blast English.
Well, I was about to say, Vincez says, sorry, I'm rubbish today. I would have said, well, Bill's not that much better at the moment.
Yeah, Bill's really struggled today. I mean, but that can happen in these matches, and the challenge is which player is going to pick it up and start playing a little better.
Well, somebody's got to find daylight sooner or later. But the two of them are really struggling. Well, you've got to give this to Vincez. Where's this going to go wrong? Straight draw out if he wants.
I mean, look at it this way, Cobra. We've had these conversations before. Remember bank pool? You got a lot better at banks from playing bank pool. It is possible to improve. The key to improving without spending 60 hours a week on it is focused practice. Like, you don't even have to do it for that long. But, a couple times a week, spend 10 minutes playing kick safes offline.
Here we go again.
Oh boy, that's a terrible break. For starters, he didn't catch the head ball square. That cue ball went straight back and forth.
Well, he's got a ball. He's got a shot.
Yeah, he's got a ball, but this is going to be a very difficult run out with his balls all right there. Although it is doable. 5, then 6 in the side, and then 7. I mean, you can go stop right in there if you get on it right.
I think the notion for Honolulu seems to have died a death. Although I have to say, you are correct again, Cobra, that Cowboy has passed its year's anniversary.
I think we ought to do. I think we ought to do Honolulu.
It was in
I'll set a
November.
Honolulu. I just gotta change it so it's the call shots turned off. You guys are gonna have to. You're gonna have to modify it a little, where it's like, well, if it's an obvious combo or something,
Well, right now,
or use chat, or because it's not going to require you to call everyone because that'll just take forever.
yeah, right now it does. Every single shot is call shot.
Yeah, it forces you to call them. I'm going to turn that off as an option for the tournament.
And then you've just got to hope that what's his name doesn't sign up.
El Rossi signs up. This is a nice shot here. He hit this good. Is he going to get rewarded? Oh, he almost got screwed. Yep, that was a nice shot there. And he's getting out here. It was doable. He's doing a good job of it.
What's happening with your match, Tam? You should be playing at the moment. Why are you in the stream? I take it your match has started. It never looks good when Tam ends up coming into the stream. That means he must be getting his ass handed to him.
Yeah, what's going on with Tam's match? Yeah. Paul's up 3-1 right now.
This looks dry, but we do have daylight now.
Safe. So let's see what kind of push out we get here.
Well,
so you could just push over towards the other corner and leave it where you can kick past the 6 off the side rail.
Mm-hmm. Because if you come down this end of the table, you can't push down to the bottom end of the table.
Okay, and he's going to push to, well, he didn't get it far enough.
Push to a pot.
Yeah, he's trying to push where he can see the edge of a ball. And the problem with that is that if you're not rolling it into a ball that you can control the speed on, then it's real touchy. And that's how if you had a ball there in the end rail you could roll up on, that would be a lot better shot.
Well, Bill's got to take full advantage of this if he can. He wasn't expecting to have a clean pot. Watch the cue ball.
Watch out.
It's going to. Oh, it's gone again.
Now, see, if you watch me play VP, that's the kind of crap I do. I don't control the cue ball.
Well, this could be painful for Bill. He's thrown away a reasonable chance here to get back in touch, and now he's pretty much resigned to going 3 behind here.
Yeah, Bill has really struggled, and I don't know what's going on in Bill's life. I mean, he's got a family, he works. I know he works hard, and it's when you got a lot of stuff going on, it makes it harder to come in and play consistency with any kind of consistency because some days you're just distracted or you're tired or there's a lot of reasons why it can be crappy.
Well, this cue ball's got to come out into the table after this 7. He can't leave.
Yeah, he's going to come off the long rail and shoot the 8 in the corner.
That's good.
That's a good shot, and that's just a natural shot. Yeah, I mean, Vince is a good player. He struggled this match, but he's a good player. You can just tell the choices he makes are good.
Well, I think it's shakedown time for Bill. He's got to get himself motivated here.
That's kind of a dumb statement, semi-pro, because you're going to have different ball positions for anything you're doing in pool. Banks, cut shots, whatever. The balls are always different. I mean, the reason why you practice is so you recognize how to play those different positions. I mean, if everything was always in the same position, it'd be easy.
Well, the one that wins the rack is the shot from the 5 to the 6, because
Yeah, and that's really not that tough.
the 6 goes into both corner pockets up
Yeah,
there.
you just he's going to be going. He's going to be rolling. He just doesn't want to roll too far here. If you want to play, this is the kind of situation you want to be high, because low is no good.
He's going squarish.
Yeah. See, and I would have hit that with just straight English, and maybe not got as good an angle, and made
That's
sure that I was.
Is it? It is overcut.
See, I would have hit that 5-ball with straight English, come down, bent a little high, left more angle, and made sure that I couldn't snooker myself, and made sure that all I had to do was roll that 6 and go 2 rails out for the 7. I mean, that it's a little thing there. It's a little detail, but
that needs to hold up as well.
That little detail is the difference between not getting out and getting out.
See, there's another little detail. Bill's just gone to that threshold that you don't want to be on. And he's done the same again. Boy.
And I'm not saying that you never should get out of line. What I'm saying is that there was a better way to shoot that shot, Vince shot, where he was going to have a higher rate of success. I mean, you're going to get out of line if you play pool. That's the hardest thing to control, is the ball speed.
Well, the two of them are really struggling, but Bill's paying the price, though, because...
well, we've seen this from Bill before, where he's played some really bad matches, and you know, I don't know what's going on in his life, and there's a lot of reasons why he show up and play this poorly, and you know, it's just the way it is.
See, I don't know. What I don't know is whether Bill, when he's at work, he's playing on a laptop, or whether he does get time off where he's then playing on a computer. Because to me, playing on a laptop and playing a computer are two entirely different things.
Well, we've all seen Bill play some fantastic pool, and this is not it right now.
Well, Bill's now. I think Bill's at a point where, yes, he does need a favour from Vincez. The problem is he's had enough favours and he's not taking advantage of them enough.
Yeah,
just
well,
that last rack.
It's like it's coming down to you better start playing good time, because otherwise you're losing this for sure. He's still got enough time. Now, if Vincez runs this out, then Bill's going to be in that bad 2-to-1 situation. Actually, he's already at 2-to-1 right now. It'll be worse than 2-to-1.
Well, this is a tricky one. He needs to see that 6 and stayed top
He hit
side.
it well. So you recognize the line there. You recognize the line that cue ball is going to roll on. And as long as you're rolling down the line, the shot line, you're good. That's one of the reasons why, you know, one of the tenets of position play is try to roll down the line and not across it. Now, obviously, that's not always possible, but when you're rolling across it, like in that situation you just had there, 7 to 8, you play a little more conservatively, because you're not going to control the speed as well.
That's
effectively.
Got a good angle now. The only thing you can do here is do the mistake in rolling on top of the 10. Now he's going to get a nice little brush here, and he can consider himself lucky he got that, because he could have been right on top of the 10 there.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, at that speed he hit it. Unless he hit right on top of it, he's probably going to come out okay.
But it was still a good enough run out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a break and run. And that looks like a dry break. Oh, 7 almost went. Okay, so let's see what Bill can do here. It's basically now or nothing time. I mean, he may not win if he starts playing good now, but for sure he's not going to win if he doesn't. And that's a nice shot there.
That 6 ball goes into the side. I think it goes into the corner, but you've got to be sort of this way on it, I think, to be comfortable.
Okay, this is a shot. See, I would hit this with left English. He's just going to soft hit it with right.
You can end up playing this 4 ball long up past the 8 ball, I think. Or he's going to go over the other side and play it to the other corner pocket. More likely the other side, I think. No, he is playing it in the right corner. So now he can just drop right through past the 8 ball or stay above the 8 ball. He's got a choice. I think staying above it's a better idea. No,
Vince has definitely picked up his
well, I think
game here in the second part of this match. This is just shoot it up in the corner. This is just roll this 5 in and shoot the 6 in the corner.
Well, it goes in the side as well if he fancies it.
He's going to shoot in the side. Yeah, it does go in the side, and that's actually probably a little better choice there.
What's Steve's favourite movie? Don't get him started in films. That'll get me started. Oh dear. Well, he's needing a favour here, and he's got it. But I don't think Bill's as many. I don't think he's made as many unforced errors as we've seen in this match.
Bill's going to shoot the bank, and he's going to have to twist this. And he is twisting it. I think he's going to make this.
That's going to hold up, is it? No, it's going in.
Yeah, he looked like he was on a nice line there.
That's even more painful.
Oh, that wasn't Bill. That was Vince. Yeah, that was a nice shot there. He didn't overhit it. A lot of times guys put too much English on that. He need a little twist. And
I can't, but I mean, there's semi-pro showing his age. He thinks that American Werewolf in London is your favourite film. You have got to be kidding on.
Well, that was a good film, but that's not even close.
Oh dear, look at this. What the hell is happening? See, that's why we need a replay, Steve, to see
if I had to pick this one, God, you know, it might be the Terminator, the original Terminator. Oh, that was a great movie.
Oh, for God's sake.
It might be Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz was a great movie. Even you got to admit that, Hugh.
I mean, I can act it myself. I know virtually every line of dialogue in the Wizard of Oz. I mean, I can sing all the songs. I mean, but no. I mean, you're talking about movies from the wrong era.
Well, we know you're an old movie buff. I mean, you know.
But you see, you've got guys watching this who would never watch something like The Grapes of Wrath. Why? Because it's black and white and it was made in 1939 or something. But it's a brilliant film with Henry Fonda and My Darling Clementine's another classic with Henry Fonda. I mean, great films from back in the day, and they won't give them so much as a second thought. And then they're talking about, Shawshank Redemption's a great film. Right, well, yes, it's a good film. So is The Green Mile. But there's nothing nowadays that's as good as some of the old stuff. Definitely not.
Well, Bill needs to do something big time here. Yeah, but I'd be rolling this cue ball at the 7. Now it's a little risky.
But you see what Vincez did there to actually let Bill back in? He just followed straight through with the cue ball into the top right-hand corner.
Well, obviously he wasn't trying to put it there. Let's see what Bill does there. And he's got it, but things are getting more congested. Does he have a line he can get to that 5? If he hits it easy, he can bump the 5. He's got to hit it real easy so he gets on the... See, that's the wrong side of it. But that'll work. He's bumping it out.
How does he get in a 6? That's a problem.
Straightforward with right English. You get along this long rail, the 6 goes.
Well, he's got to get right on that long rail.
Yeah, he's got to get close. But, you know, this is a very doable shot. Uh-oh, he might have
needs to slow up, might be dead straight.
He got away with it. He cut that part of that was because the angle he cut it in the ball in the pocket. I mean, it barely went in, and he didn't have a shot. And that's ineffectual because this is the easiest safety in the world.
He's cutting this in. This is getting blasted and cut in.
Oh yeah, he can cut it in. It's even less ineffectual than I thought. If he thinks he's going to get into the 8 ball here, that's not happening. Oh, he did. Wow, he hit in the fat side of the pocket and was able to get into the 8. That's pretty good.
8-10 combo.
Yeah, I mean, this is that was a nice shot on the 6 ball. That wasn't that easy to get to the 8 ball.
Well, now there's a big crisis on here for Bill. Not that there wasn't one 2 minutes ago, but it's even bigger now.
White chicks. Well, he chose to break those up. I'm not sure.
Did we really need to do that? I don't think he did.
Well, he could have shot the combo and spotted the 10 and then shot the 10, 8 and 10. I mean, that's what I would have done. I wouldn't have tried to break it up because, there's a good chance you're coming out shitty. I mean, the combo was easy, and you would have left the 8 right there. Yeah, just because the 10 spots doesn't mean you can't shoot the combo. Well, we have a wide variety of what people like.
Well, a break has given Vincez the 5 ball, cutting the 1. 2 balls sort of in the middle of nowhere right now. Now, does it go past the 8? Because if it does, he's landed good on it. Yes, it does. He's got most of the pocket.
He's probably going to have to play the combo. He can shoot the 4-up table. Let's see what he decides to do.
Barbarella.
The worst movie ever.
Barbara, it's only good because Jane Fonda's in it.
That's the worst movie ever. He's going to try to go behind it here.
That's
well done.
That, because Jane Fonda's in it in a bikini.
Now that was a nice shot there, because the speed on that's a little tricky, and he had to bend the cue ball around. That was well done. No, I mean I'm starting to see that Vincez is a contender, like Cobra said. I mean he's really cleaned up his play in the second half of this match, and has played some really nice shots, and that's nice control of the cue ball there. Those kind of shots where you're going around the corner, they're a little bit touchy speed-wise.
Plan 9 from outer space. That was a classic.
Red Sonja. Debbie Does Dallas.
That was it. Plan 9 from outer space. What's his name? Bela Lugosi died while they were making the film. And because they didn't have the budget for anything else, they just had another guy as a stand-in where he just walked about with his cape over his face. So you couldn't see that it wasn't Bela Lugosi.
What was that? What was that really bad Bruce Willis movie? Well, there were a lot of them, but Hudson Hawk, I think it was called. That's got to be one of the worst movies ever.
I don't think I've ever seen a Bruce Willis movie. Do you know that? Well, I think I've seen one where he was in it, but he wasn't. It wasn't all about him. I think.
Well, he's made some good movies, but he's made a lot of stinkers.
No, I don't think I've ever seen Die Hard. Something else? I never will either. That sort of stuff doesn't appeal to me. Well, this match is just going to peter out, isn't it? Vincez on the hill. Bill's got a slim to zero chance of getting himself out of this hole. In fact, he might have just packed away his cue stick right now. Buddy Ebsen was supposed to be the Tin Man. And
yeah, funny guy. Really funny guy.
Because they did screen tests with him. They'd actually filmed some scenes with him, and then the problem was he had a severe reaction to the metallic paint that they had on him, and he ended up in hospital.
That wasn't a good shot. You mean the cobalt paint they used?
Yeah, he had breathing problems, so he ended up in hospital, and he couldn't get out of hospital in time. So then they got what's his name in to replace him.
He may shoot the combo or carry him here. Yeah.
Well, this for the match.
Well, no, he's gonna spot it.
Oh, sure, I forgot. Well, it is for the match. Let's put it that way. It's going to spot it. He's going to get on it.
That's what he should have done before when he had the A10 combo.
Yeah. Well, past Eddie's arrived. He's just arrived to see the end.
Well, Vince is showing that he's definitely a contender in this thing. I mean, he can't afford to play like he did the first half of the match, but he played very well the second half.
What I would say to Vincez is don't think in getting your name inscribed in the trophy right now because he didn't come out playing great. I mean, let's put it this way: he was the better of the two at the end of the day, but not impressed with either of them this afternoon. But Vincez is through, 17 racks to 10. Bill wants to go back to bed, I think. After that, let's have a look at the bracket. Now, I think the rumour was that Bedhead is lined up in the firing line for Vincez next. Let's have a look and confirm that. Where are we? Past Eddie, Spectre Dawn, Stubb. Now, Stubb and Jose are still sitting there doing nothing. Tommy's lying in wait, and Cerro plays Larry, and there we go, Bedhead against Vincez. Well, I don't think Bedhead will be sweating too much after watching that.
Well, you never know how guys are going to show up and play. I mean, I'm assuming he's not going to start out the match like he did against Bill.
Where's that other match with Tom?
I'll go look at the stats first. Let's see what the brake stats are like and stuff.
That's Mr. Bill.
Yep.
Remove a letter, and it's gone. Hang on, Mr. or period, as the Americans say.
Oh, I say dot.
Now, why is it deleting the whole bloody thing when I do that? Mr. Bill. Oh, not ball.
Because you can't spell?
I'm going to let that search for a second. No, in fact, see when you go to the second tab, it even deletes it as well doing that. That's even more annoying.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that on an internal browser.
By the way, Steve, that's another thing I was ranting about. On that internal browser, you've had a year to fix that bug on the league page, and you still haven't done it.
I looked at it once unsuccessfully.
Yeah, well,
I'll look at it again.
It still goes up to big text. I can't get this to work. It just keeps deleting it. And I can't spell his name. Linvz, isn't it? See if we can find Vincez first. Right, I found him, no problem. And I'm just going to put in Mr. and see what happens. Mr. Dot.
Mr. Dot space and then backspace.
Space. Backspace. Right. There. I think we'll find it. Right, brake stats. Well, they were both crap when you look at the numbers. Although the run-outs on the brake, Vincez had 3, but balls in the brake weren't that particularly great. Bill had 2.
But 61% isn't bad. 60 to 70% in 10 ball is pretty much like what you're going to see in real life most of the time. 42% is not good.
Well, there's Vincez, 17 money ball shot. They all went in. Bill had 2 go south. 5 run-outs for Vincez, 3 for Bill.
Yeah, that kind of tells the story.
Racks high run 1 apiece. Right, now I was looking for that other match with Tam and what do you call him? Paul? I still haven't found it. Where the hell is it on this bracket?
Oh yeah, I'm in the room right now.
Where the hell is the thing on this? I can't see.
It's 8-2 Paul right now.
I think I'm going to have to tab out. I can't see it.
Yeah, Wanwa had unbelievable breaking. As I was saying, everybody's going to copy Wanwa after that breaking performance.
This is a loser side match, isn't it?
No, this is winners.
Oh, it's a winner side. That's why I can't find it.
Yeah. Remember El Rossi got DQ'd for not calling balls?
I thought Tam said he wasn't going to play.
Wow. Look at that break by Tam. He just made 3 balls on the break. And has a perfect shot on the 1. Yeah, he just made 3 balls on the break, had a perfect shot on the 1. Oh, maybe it didn't go. He just played safe. Yeah, this ball can definitely be kicked in.
Well, this is going to be a bloodbath as well if Tam doesn't get his finger out.
Paul's Filipino. He should be able to kick. It's bred in their blood. See
Yeah,
that?
well done. I wouldn't say much to the positional play of it, but there you go. Just to be critical.
Well, you know, I mean, that's he might have hit a little harder, but you know, you can always play safe here.
One was breaking with top right
that
English.
wasn't very good.
Top right English all the time, and I don't know
Yeah,
that made any difference, but
and
it
hitting
did
a
work
cue
in the
ball.
day.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's Wanwa. I mean, Wanwa's got some special stuff going on. I mean, he's a different sort of person, and you know, sometimes different thinkers can have some success where other people do not. Oh, that got away from a little. All right, I got to go to the bathroom and maybe get some food. I'll come back with something to munch.
There we go. Right, so up and down and over to the right side, but don't scratch. Always coming the short side. And that'll do it. Just a roll through for the 10 into the side, or up table, whatever he wants. So we're looking for a bit of respectability here, Tam. Paul's break gives him a ball. And now, what's he doing here? Is he going to call the bank? Yeah. Now can he get the cue ball out? Well, he's left a cut in the two. He's got a shot. Found a gap. Now, if it goes the path it would normally go, he would end up playing the three back into the top right-hand corner here if he comes round and down the table far enough. But he's hitting it soft. Is it keeping going? Is it keeping going? Well, it needed to run another maybe 4 or 5 inches just to open. And oh no, I forgot about the two. My bad. Forgot about the two. Now, what line do you want to take here? Because it doesn't go past the 8 this side. Now, can he go forward and check it and try and come into the gap? Well, he didn't check it. He didn't check it. He still got a pot, but he maybe wanted to try and just straighten that up a wee bit to give him a better line in the 4. And that's what happens when you don't get a good line. But when you get a good roll like that, what does it matter? Yep. Golden rule is call a pocket. Now, well, it could have finished worse than that. Now, there's a 7 going to be a blocker. No, it isn't. 5 goes past the 8. So here's Paul's chance to pretty much take the match away from Tam at the moment, if it isn't already. Well, how good is he going to be to get back onto the 9? Well, it has to go right around behind that 10 ball if he's going that direction. And it's went around sharp and it's perfect. Watch the side pocket, I think he's fine. So double figures now. It's a long road back for Tam. But comebacks always have to have a start. You still have to be positive. You still have, you know, as long as he's not on 17 or 16 anyway, then you're still in it. Slim odds, but you're still in it. This 3 ball's awkward. Now, I know what I would want to do. I would want to sort of stun that 2 in to try and maybe come over here, but the problem is blocking balls. And if he's going to do that, he's going to leave it more awkward of a cut. And then at best he's going to have a 4-5 combo or a 4-8 combo. Or why not come up with a safety? He ain't getting there. So what's it looks as if it's going to be 4-8. It's sitting reasonably good at that distance. No. Well, a bit of surprise.
Oh, that was a terrible safety.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the combo.
Well, I'm surprised he played that bad a safety.
Yeah, the 4 ball would have went along the short rail in the bottom, and he would have had a shot on it. Now, Tam was awkward over that 5 ball. Well, I think is he going to let it all run out here, or is he going to kill it?
I would just stop this.
Yeah, well, he's tried to run it, and Tam's got another go here. Now, he's got to take it this time.
I'm not sure why he didn't just stop that, because he didn't need to come down table for the 7.
So Tam should just be coming back here and leaving the cut in the 7 where he's not bumping the 10, and then he's got a straightforward 8.
Yeah, you're not going to hit the 10 here. This is a straight top.
I think he might. Well, he maybe have to pinch a wee bit of an angle here to get around and out.
Yeah, I mean, I would have played closer to the 8 ball just because, you know, especially if you have to draw it. It's just harder to control it with distance.
How does this look? No, he's straight. Yeah, he is very straight. So now it's a test on the cue ball control, and he's in the no man's land zone.
Yeah, this is tricky here.
Well, if you're going to go for it, he's going 100% into the side, and that's excellent. If he gets a roll, is he getting a roll?
Well, that was a pretty good shot there. That wasn't an easy shot.
Now, there's no reason to spend a long while over this. You either see the angle or you don't. You just pop it in.
Well, I say that about most shots.
Well, this shouldn't be missed. Oh, that's awful. That is awful. And there's
Yeah, I mean,
there's a
you're just
bottler
gonna
if
let
ever I've seen one.
well, you're just gonna let the cue ball go up and down the table, so you know you can hit it hard.
Well, from what I've seen, Tam's playing just as bad as he played against I Rossi, as I call him. And that's another rack that's gone south. Laurel and Hardy never met Frankenstein. That's Abbott and Costello, I think.
So who's that supposed to be a picture of?
It looks like a clown of some description. Oh yeah, paying attention, okay, yeah.
Laurel and Hardy meet Frankenstein.
Oh,
Well,
is it Joaquin Phoenix? I've never seen any of his films either.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of him. If you're a Mel Brooks fan, I mean, Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein are great movies.
Yeah, I paid money and went to the cinema to see Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, my favorite Mel Brooks movie is probably Young Frankenstein.
Good God.
Wow. You know, the thing was, is he could have just come straight down the table and shot the 7 in the side. What he was trying to do there. So the 8 does not go by the 10, so he's got to do something here. He's going to have to... I would probably run this at the 10 ball, really. You know, come back and try to shoot the 8 in the same pocket. Or he come straight across and shoot the 8 in the corner. That's probably simpler. As long as you don't go in the side pocket.
That'll do it.
And a little bump on the 10 ball and he's good.
Yes, there is another pool movie. Steve will tell you what it is, or one of the guys will tell you what it is. The one with, what do you call him that was in the Magnificent Seven. Is he not in it?
Whoops. Well, he hit that way too hard. He wanted to bump it to the pocket. He didn't want to make it.
Is it
one
Pool?
that was in the Magnificent Seven.
Is it Pool Junkie? I thought, what's his name? James Coburn was in it.
Pool Junkies is one of them.
Is
There's one on Netflix or something called, I think it's called The Break.
Was there not one with James Coburn in it, or am I just got my names mixed up here?
Maybe. I don't know that it was a pool movie. It might have pool in it. Yeah, there's one called The Break, I think. Isn't that what it's called?
I don't know. See, this is afternoon nap time for me. So it is. So 12-3 to
That's
Paul.
something there. But I know what I've got on my list.
Yeah, if you get the chance, look for that Saturday Night Live clip on YouTube.
Let's see. There's the Baltimore Bullet, The Color of Money, and
That's
there's something called something called Turn the River.
Right, that Baltimore Bullet, Steve. Try and get the cast list for that film, because I'm sure James Coburn's in one of them. I would put $1 down saying that James Coburn's in one of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Lou Butera did filming in that. Yep, James Coburn is in that.
There you go.
Ronee Blakely. Omar Sharif,
Oh, I didn't know Omar Sharif was in it.
Bruce Broxleiter.
Bruce Boxleitner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack O'Halloran, Michael Lerner. Got a pretty good cast.
What was that film with?
Oh, Willie Mosconi's in it.
What was
Wow.
that film? There's a film with him that what do you call him that slapped him at the Oscars? What do you call him again?
Oh, that's Will Smith.
Aye, what was that golf film with Will Smith in it? It was set back in like the 30s or 40s. Oh dear. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. I did watch it at one time. It was on TV. Bagger Vance, that's the one. Yep, I remember that. That was not a bad film. Uncle Buck, now there's a classic.
Yeah, there's a pool movie called The Break from 2020.
Never heard of that one.
It sounds like it's a real successful movie, but let's see.
Probably was on box office or something. I don't think it would have ever went to a theatre.
It's on Prime.
Yeah.
Rutger Hauer, Sam Gittins, Jamie Foreman. So that's the latest one that I know of.
Tam's been stuck in 3 for an eternity, it seems.
Well, poor Tam. He's getting chances and not taking good advantage of them.
Well, she's a bit of a mess, this table.
Yeah. Oh boy.
There's the old miscue. Well, I think it could.
Well, the play here is to come across and run into that 3 ball on the low side.
How many more things are you going to do, Tam, to humiliate yourself here? I mean, miscue with ball in hand. Was it?
Well, this looks like a safety du jour. I mean, you should be locked on the 5 ball after this.
Yeah, like that.
Yep.
That's got him nailed. Now, is it tight enough that he's cut off a rail? Yes.
Well, this is going to be a hard kick no matter what. I mean, this is how you want to play safe. Oh, nice hit there.
Great hit.
Yeah, really is.
And
that was not easy to hit.
He's left nothing for Tam. I mean, he can go for the cut and get the pot, but he's got to duck again.
That was Tam kicking.
Oh, it was Tam that I thought it was Paul. I'm out of sync here.
So what you really wanted to do there was make the 2 and then play safe on the 3. And failed to do the first.
Well, this is what Tam should be doing.
I gotta go find my food. I'll be back.
Well, he's got to hit the 2 first of all, though. Did I have a look to see if... I did have a look, didn't I? To see what other matches were on. This was the only one, wasn't it? It's a quick double check in case something else has popped up. No, that's it now. So all that is scheduled is Fast Eddie Spectre Dawn next Thursday at 7:15 PM. I will be there for that one. And that's not a great shot by Paul. Now again, Tam should be nailing this behind the 5. If he can see the 3, can he see enough of the 3 to do it? Well, whether he could or he couldn't, he's going to be in trouble himself in a minute again. He definitely should be. Now, I was going to go to I was going to go to the league page and add players to my team, but I can't do it in the internal browser because it bugs up. So I won't be doing that. I'll go to the external browser and doing it. Now, see, now here's the thing. biscuits are an entirely different concept in the USA than what they are over here. Because Spud Boy's talking about breakfast is served biscuits and sausages and gravy. Now, the biscuits you're talking about are nothing like we think a biscuit is over here in the UK. I mean, a biscuit over here is a digestive biscuit or something like that. Whereas biscuits over there in the States are totally different. See, well, here's Tam got a lifeline again, albeit he ain't got an easy pot. Yeah, you know, I'm not talking about the term for a biscuit, Larry. I mean, you guys call them cookies, but there is a difference between a cookie and a biscuit in the States, isn't there?
There is. Biscuits are like a bread. I mean, it's cookie is sweet.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That my idea or my interpretation of what you guys call a biscuit is something you would eat with savoury, which is what Spud Boy was talking about there for breakfast.
Yeah, and especially if you're in the South, I mean, biscuits and gravy is a staple in the South.
I mean, I would give that a go.
No, there's two kinds of gravy. There's sausage gravy and bacon gravy.
I would eat any sort of gravy, Steve. Just slap it all over my dinner. I would eat it. I don't care.
At least 90% of the gravy you get when you get biscuits and gravy is sausage gravy, but I think bacon gravy is better. I like it with bacon gravy.
I don't care what kind of gravy it is. It just sounds delicious. I don't know what I'm having for my dinner tonight. I haven't studied it yet. It's going to end up going in the microwave. I do know that.
Oh boy, that was kind of a rotten scratch there.
Well, Tam's got 4 racks on the board. I don't know where the 4th one came from because I missed that.
Yeah, well, he's got a chance here. A little surprised he didn't try to bump the 7 there. Maybe he was trying to and missed it. I would have bumped the 7 for you there.
Here's a question. Here's a question. Has any Americans tried a tatty scone?
I don't even know what are you talking about, a scone?
A tatty scone. See, that's a Scottish delicacy, and that's a thing you would have with a
I've
breakfast.
had plenty of scones. What's a tatty scone?
Well, a tatty scone is exactly what it is. It's made with potato. It's flat. It's not in any shape that looks like a scone that you would think.
We call that a tater scone, not a tatty, a tater.
Yeah, but we say tatty because that's how we say it in Scotland. It's a tatty, not a tater scone.
It's a patati? You call it, it's a patati? Is that what you call a potato, patati?
No, we call it a tatty. But posh people in Scotland call it a potato scone. If you're in certain parts of Glasgow, you would call it a potato scone, but we say a tatty scone. But anyway, tatty scone's an acquired taste.
Well, you need to go look on YouTube and look up Ron White. Look up Ron White Tater Salad. Ron Tater Salad White. That's his nickname, is Tater Salad. Listen to that guy. He is hilarious. Really a funny comedian. You'll get a kick out of him, Hugh.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, well, he's a pretty famous comedian here in the States. He's from the South, and he's a crazy dude. Yeah, he's a bourbon drinking, smoking. I mean, he drinks bourbon during his whole show. It's crazy. I've seen him live. It's crazy.
Well, Tom, is he going to get number 5, or have I just jinxed him? Yes, I've jinxed him. Oh, this is tough to watch. A fellow Scot getting his arse handed to him.
Yeah, well, he has not played his best, that's for sure.
He's only funny once, says Spud Boy. So differing opinions there.
Well, I've seen him more than once. I thought he was funny.
Who's the best British comedian? Well, that's an objective thing, isn't it? It depends what you go by. Who's the most offensive that's popular? Frankie Boyle. He's the most offensive. He'll say anything. Jimmy Carr thinks he's offensive, but he's nothing compared to Frankie Boyle.
Yeah, Jimmy Carr's funny. I like Jimmy Carr.
He's nothing like Frankie. Frankie, when he lets rip at you, you've got it good and proper.
You want to hear a guy that's offensive, just look up Bobby Slayton. They call him Bobby the Slayer Slayton.
No, that's a
remember Don Rickles? He's like a obscene Don Rickles.
Oh, Don Rickles.
When you go to Bobby Slayton's show, I've seen him live too. You don't sit up front.
No, because you're going to be dead
yeah.
meat. Yeah, that's
exactly.
Well, that's exactly what it's like if you go to watch Frankie Boyle. Because if you're sitting in the first two rows in a Frankie Boyle night, then you're going to get tore into. He's going to rip you to shreds.
Who's that guy on? Countdown? Cats does Countdown.
Not Jimmy Carr.
Not Jimmy Carr.
You mean
is it Scott? Scott something or? There's one guy on there that's hilarious.
No, you're not talking about what the hell's his name? What's the name of the one that died a couple of years ago? He's one of the team captains with the glasses. Is that who you're talking about? Because I've totally forgotten his name, but somebody watching will remember who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's got glasses.
Yeah,
and brown hair.
Well, he died a couple of years ago.
He wasn't that old.
No, he wasn't that old, and he kept it quiet to himself. I think he died of cancer.
Really?
Oh, what the hell's he called? Sean Locke. Sean Locke. Yeah, he's gone.
Sean Locke. Wow, I didn't realize that. Yeah,
Yeah.
He was hilarious. All right, well, this is pretty one-sided. I think Paul's going on. You notice we don't have a Filipino team. I made it earlier just for the Filipinos, and they didn't put a team in.
Well, not yet, but I haven't. I'm trying to remember who was in the Filipino team the last time round. Who was in the team? Has any of them been hanging around lately? Because I don't think I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm usually asleep at 11. Well, if you were going to stay up, playing League would be a good reason.
Now, how's he got himself? He's straight on this 8-ball. With a slight angle, I think he can run through and avoid the 10. Just avoided it, but he's overhit it.
Yeah, well, this is just make the ball, bring it over to the side rail, and take the long shot. Well, he hit it too hard. That's not on the side rail. Now it's going to get dicey.
Well, you just roll and top it and hold your breath. You're going to get another shot.
Yeah, or play the bank.
Yeah,
bank it back to the right.
Just rolling and top. Now, I'd be kicking this in or having a go at it. I wouldn't be hanging about yet because he's got
I wouldn't. It's too close to the rail to kick in. This is a hard kick shot. Well, it is a little off the rail.
That'll do it. Yeah,
that's
all
perfect.
the way. That's why you don't want the cue ball to come away from the 10 ball that far to leave that angle.
I would have banked the 10. I don't like that roll-up play.
Cue ball. Well, it's going from bad to worse, Tam. I don't think you can get much worse than that. Give up a kick bank in the 10 ball and then immediately scratch on your break.
You're not Filipino, you're a Pinoy.
That was the name of one of the guys that was online in the lobby in VP3 when I first came online. That was his name, Pinoy. He was quite a good player, if I remember. Mind you, anybody was quite a good player when I first came online. Which seems an awful long time ago. How long's GameSpy been dead now? It must be 10 years. In fact, it's longer than that, isn't it? Yeah, GameSpy.
Well, some people say Pinoy is racist, but in this country, everything's racist.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tam lives again.
Why are you next in line, Spud Boy?
I don't think you'll play as bad as Tam.
Oh, boy, he caught the 9-ball for us there. That's no good.
Well, here we go. Bonus rack time for Tam with ball in hand.
And it took him one shot to get out of line.
He needs to punch this right around. No, he's getting into it too much. See, the thing is, he put too much top on it and didn't put enough spin on it. If
Well,
he'd let it run with the spin, he'd have been down here.
The mistake was how he got on the 7. That just wasn't a good place to be.
And, of course, he's now going to have no shot in the 9-ball.
Oh, yeah, he's got a bank shot.
Oh, yeah.
Bank this right in the side pocket. This is not that hard to bank. It looks hard, but it's not. No, you don't have to bank it off the point. You just hit it with right English. The ball goes right in the side pocket. You do have to hit it thin, but I mean, it's actually a lot easier banked than you think it is.
Oh, of course I remember Bernard Manning, Napnicker. Of course I remember him. Oh, there we go.
Well, he tried to bank it in the corner, which was... I thought the bank on the side was the way to go. And it looks like Paul's going to be on the hill.
Yeah, it'll be all over. The pain will be over for Tam. We can get back to Cowboy. Back to more familiar territory.
And that's a dry break.
Well,
yeah, I would shoot the 2-ball past the 3 here myself.
yeah, I think if you chip it to the rail and then off the back of the 3, I think it should go in.
No, you don't even have to go off the back of the 3. There's enough room to play it off the rail, and it was going to go in.
I thought you were going to say something.
You're not going to beat Fox playing like this. You're going to have to step your game up.
I thought you were going to tell me something about Bernard Manning there, Napnicker. I was waiting in a line coming there. I thought you were going to tell me something. Yeah, that was back in the old let's make fun of the black people. Not just the black people, you know, Asians. That was back in the late 60s, right up until, well, the 80s basically. It was
look
that
at
type
this
of
shot.
humor.
That worked out good. So, yeah, speaking of Fox, he was having a little tiff the other day with Spectre Dunn.
Well, there's a
I saw
surprise.
the chat in the lobby. I think Fox didn't understand the pinball rule.
Or he didn't understand the new rule. That's probably what he didn't understand. Yeah. Yeah, they're all finding that out, that actually, you know, checking the support page whenever there's an update, which is what I automatically do all the time, then you find out what the change was.
Well, one thing I got to look at, I got to check the 10-ball rules, make sure I actually updated the rule set on the help page. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I need to update that.
Oh, aye, it was offensive. Yep, yeah. But so was, Mike Reed. You go and watch Mike Reed's stand-up routine when he's live. You remember Mike Reed? He was one of the comedians as well. There's a live routine of him on YouTube. Right, well, it's all over, and it all petered out as far as Tam goes. Bullabog
It didn't
stroke
go
follows
Tam's way.
through. And I'm not going to look at stats on that. I'll tell you that straight away. Let's see how things are shaping up. We'll go from top to bottom. These are all round 2 matches that still have to be set. They've got until January the 12th. We've got Huseric against Coldest Pillow. Mr. Fox is already through. He's taken down Vertical Liquid comfortably. 17 racks to 3. Bullabog's through to play Spud Boy in round 3. We've got Albinario against Popman. They've still to arrange. We've got Matt waiting for the winner of that one. We have Cobra still to set his match with Bankster. We have Fast Eddie, of course, with Spectre Dawn. We know about that one. That's the only one that's on the schedule. We've got Tommy, who is lying in wait on the result of this match that we're hoping goes ahead between Stubb and Jose. We've got Acero already through to round 3. He did play. I thought John Bolero wouldn't show, but fair play, he did show up. Acero was too good for him though. And Acero now plays Larry, so that's going to be a good match. So that's the... oh no, it isn't. I thought that was the bracket done. No, we've got Vincez playing Bedhead. We've got Christian still to arrange his match with Rabbi. And Interchange X is waiting on the winner of that. One lost side, El Matador, Vertical Liquid. Tam's waiting there. In fact, Tam's going to have a wait. He's going to have to wait until a loser comes across. Quagmire and Linus have got a match. They haven't arranged it. Semi-Pros lying in wait after his defeat of Wanwa. And I don't think there's a lot else happening. Sergresh is waiting on an opponent. Woody's waiting on the loser coming through. Chombolero's sitting there on the one lost side. Bill's there as well. He now plays Whiskey. Bill should be favourite in that match. And I think that is it. Pretty much complete. We've got Sargo and Bankster set up. They've still to sort the match. So again, their deadline's is 17th, so they've got a good few days yet. And I think that is about it. I think that takes care of it. I'm going to go, but I'm not going to do anything. I think I should go to the lobby though. SB. I'm going to bring up the league page. And I said I wouldn't do this, but let's have a look. Right, so Tam is now in. And if I hit that and hit submit. Oh, that worked, I think. Let's have a look. Lineup invalid. Because, oh no, that's co-captains I've checked. That's an empty thing. This is the one that goes weird, that one, when you're trying to choose it. So I can then add the players on the external browser and put them listed. So I'll have 3 in a team there. Maisie Dizzle is the one I sent an invite to, and he's still not replied. And then, of course, show players who need invites. Bill's on there. SE 10 size on there. And Knit, what the hell does that say? Now, here's a question. Is players like that, well, he has got a, obviously they've got a rating, so, but I've never seen him before. So there's now only 3 players listed who are available to join teams. but there's just so few bodies in there. But there is.
Yeah, we need more. We need more. Call the teams. We need more people.
We've got 9 ball shots, which is Bobby Barris. So that was Bobby Barris was in the Filipino team, wasn't he? So it's 9 ball shots again.
We got Mr.Bill. Let's see. What's my team look like? Can I get Mr.Bill? Boy, that's tight with the ratings. I've got an invite out to Preacher. I could potentially pull Bill. He's 2373 and semi-pro's 2371, which means if I play those two, I got to play somebody like me to get the average down to 2150.
You've got to mix good with numpties. Yeah.
What I'm kind of surprised that we don't have more lower ranked players coming in playing league, because this is an opportunity to be able to play and be competitive. You're getting a big spot. You can help the team.
Yeah.
Every team needs lower ranked players in it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hesitant to invite Bill just because I don't want the handicaps to get too high. I could do them. It just is a little more restrictive. I mean, Bobby Barris has a team. I don't know why he didn't invite Bill. Bill would be good for him because he's a 1796. I'm the lowest. Oh no, I'm not the lowest. You invited Maisie Dizzle.
Yeah.
The only problem with inviting people that you don't know is that, are they going to show up or, that kind of thing.
Well, I've invited Bill just to annoy people.
Well, I mean, you don't have anybody ranked that high. You might be able to work a lineup, but right now he's high enough. It's like, I've already got semi-pro and he's up there. That's the thing, is it's hard to have more than one guy that's really high.
We need a ringer in the team. So Bill's get the invite if he wants it. But we do. I mean, the bit that's surprising me is why there's not a list of about 10 or 12 players people who sign up just to be a player.
Well, I know. I might have to raise the maximum average rating to 2200 just to give a little more room. Because it's a little tight right now. I think I'm going to do that. I mean, I thought we'd have more players that were lower rated getting in league. Because, in real life, you go to league, there's all kinds of low rated players playing.
Yeah.
I mean, people love league because it's a real social event.
You are going to get a decent handicap, and then semi-pro's going to complain, and semi-pro will get his handicap increased again like he did last season. He paid the price. Yeah, you just sign up, and when you click the sign up, it'll give you the choice. Do you want to sign up as a player, or do you want to be a captain? So it's a simple choice. You just confirm as a player, and then you're on the list. And then any captain can look at the list of players who've signed up to be a player, and then send invites out to whoever they want. The only thing you've got to do is be careful in who you're inviting, because you don't want to overload your team. You don't want to have 6 players and they're all sitting at 2,190 or something like that. They're on the threshold, and then your team can be over the limit. You've got to mix and match.
Yeah, all right. I changed it to 2200, so it's a little bit higher.
Right, is there anything else anybody wants to ask anything or remind us about anything? You should be setting me a notepad, Steve, to take down these things that you're meant to be doing. Things to address sooner rather than a year later, like fixing that internal browser, and other stuff.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. What is it? Okay, it's just the drop downs. The problem is those drop downs are. Well, I wonder if I can do that a different way. Those drop downs are, those are from whatchamacallit. That's a third party package.
That's what I was thinking. If that isn't working, then ditch it and put something else that's a bit more simplified.
Yeah, I might be able to put like radio buttons or something. That would work.
Too many Saturdays to commit to.
Well, but that's the thing. That's why you have 6 people playing on a 3-person team, because not everybody can play every week. So what that does is it allows you to play when you can.
The thing about it, Eddie, is that it's about communication. If everybody's got all their boxes checked on their profile, so if you check all the boxes on your profile, you'll get messages sent to you. Those messages can be forwarded to your email, so if you're not online in the lobby and you've got your phone, you can still check your emails and see if anything's been forwarded to you. So if you think I can't be there this Saturday, then you let your captain know you can't be there, and the lineup's easily changed before the deadline. As long as you give them plenty of notice, the team can be readjusted and pop somebody else in. That's why you want 6 in your team, so that you can rotate the team.
Well, the other thing is, if you're a once-in-a-while player and stuff, and you have a lot of commitments, and it's going to be hard for you to keep track of it, it's better just to be a player instead of a captain.
Yeah.
Well, Napnicker, I was here early. Hugh didn't bring me in. I was on Discord early.
Yeah, it was all working fine until Steve came in.
It's all working fine until Hugh did what he says never do. Don't change anything.
It was working fine. It was when I went to Discord that things went pear-shaped.
Isn't that a practice what you preach moment there, Hugh?
Yep. Yeah, it's working. It's working now. Your proposed time for me is 4 a.m. my time. Right, what's the problem with that, Paul?
Sleep's overrated.
4 a.m. in the morning. I can imagine getting up for that to play a tournament match at 4 a.m. Well, I could do that no problem, because my body clock's shot to hell anyway. I'm up at 4 a.m. and my day's off half the time.
Well, it's not just 10 hours difference. It's because it's the next day there.
Yeah.
They're on the other side of the date line, so it's 10 hours difference, but he's the next day.
See, that's the problem with these time zones. If you all just kept the same one time zone, GMT, then there's no problem. Why does the USA have to be 5 hours, 6 hours, and then 8 hours behind?
Because human beings function good when they wake up in the morning and go to sleep in the evening. That's why.
Right, well, I think it's time to call it quits unless there's anything else we've got to discuss.
No, we don't.
What time's that? It's gone 4:15. I think it's coffee time.
I think it's time to say bye-bye.
Right, so look out for any other matches. There's only one to look forward to during the week. I'll be there for it on Thursday evening, 7:15. I hope you can join us. I'll add this one to... Well, I'll add 2 bits of it. The first bit and then the second bit to the playlist.
I should be able to do this Thursday.
Right, so thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for Steve arriving. I thought he was away, but the rain did us a favour. That put him off for the day, so we got his company. And let's hope we get better quality. That's all I'm saying, because I was a bit disappointed with the fair that we saw this afternoon. It wasn't exciting, but if you're having your bad match and you're in the one-loss side, then you can only get better. So good luck to Bill. Well done to Vincez. Well done to Paul. And good luck to Tam. And we'll see you again soon, folks. Take care. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, good night.
See you later. Take care.